episode 21 of Legit. The Darkness Descends with the JK-47 on legitpodcast.com. Shout out to Shannon Boomgard in the house. Welcome, Shannon. Good to see you. Start off with our announcement. Mike Adkins in the house. I was just going to promote you. This is the guy that makes these wonderful tumblers, legit tumblers. So if you guys sign up for the newsletter, if you go to legitpodcast.com, sign up for the newsletter, you get 10% off of them. So highly recommend it. You can personalize them and stuff. So check it out. And highharvest.net. When you're down, they'll bring you up. And what else we got? We got Parabos. Thank you for allowing us to stream on Parabos, Mr. Brian John Laverty. Congratulations on your possible movie you're going to be in. So congratulations to you on that. And Global Ghost Hunts, check them out. They are setting up for their October investigations. So if you're a paranormal team, go to globalghosthunts.com, sign up, and check them out. Shannon laughing at me. She likes it when I go, Shannon Boomgard. So, External, what's up? External, Wolfpack. Wolfpack in the house. All right. Welcome. All right. So for the last two episodes, we've been going down this rabbit hole with dark stuff. So the darkness has been descending with this character we're talking about, Mr. Aleister Crowley. We've been talking about that. I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue on after last week, man. He was doing orgies and this guy is pretty dark. He started out as a free spirit, climbing mountains and stuff, and making love, not war type shit. And then in World War I, he was working with the Germans. And I just kind of perused what I want to go through, so I'm not going to read the whole thing because I'm worried we'll have another representation of last week as far as me getting embarrassed at saying everything that he did. So so let's continue and conclude what we're going to learn about Aleister Crowley. I wanted to talk to him, now I really don't, so I'm just going to keep working my cold cases. I don't really want to talk to this guy through the spirit box, but it's remarkable that he was able to do these spells and stuff. He's talked to Egyptian gods. He's talked to Greek gods. He talked to an alien named Lam. And this was back in the 1920s. And the way he drew out what he saw. And it looks like a gray alien. It really does. So check out episode 2 if you didn't watch. It's pretty funny. Excuse me. So without further ado, let's conclude this. Not talk to him. Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm not going to talk to that guy. He's yeah, he's evil stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to talk to him. I think I'll leave him where he's at. I don't want to bring that energy into my house. But yeah, let's continue down the rabbit hole with this guy. So here it is. So now we're in the 1930s, 1938. The interesting thing about this is just perusing it is he lives in Berlin and London. And this is in the time when Hitler was starting to rise, for World War II. So basically, he moved to Berlin. He fell in love again and got married to a woman named Bertha Busch. And this is like his 8th marriage, I think. This guy is just weird. He met famous people. Alfred Adler. After befriending him in January 1932, he took to the communist Gerald Hamilton as a lodger, through whom he was introduced to many figures within Berlin. So you can tell right there that he's going to become part of the fight in World War II for the wrong side yet again. So there's Chris. What's up, my brother? So Chris is in the house. And so Crowley left his wife soon. I think he was only married for 3 years, and he left his wife, returned to London. in need of money, he launched a series of court cases against people who believed to libeled him, and proved successful. Blah blah blah. February 1935, he's declared bankrupt. So he finally lost all his money in 1935. This guy was going all over the world, climbing mountains and stuff on his dime. So he's looking for friends with money. Basically, public lectures and yoga. So then he's into yoga. So Crowley was intrigued by the rise of Nazism in Germany, and influenced by his friend, he believed that Adolf Hitler might convent to Thelema when the Nazis abolished the German OTO. So you can tell he's not Crowley then blasted Hitler as a black magician. So with that in mind, when the Second World War broke out, Crowley wrote to the Naval Intelligence Division offering his services, but they declined. They remembered that he was spying on for the Germans. So they're like, no, we're good. We don't need your help. So let's see what else. German produced medication unavailable. He returned to using heroin. So there he goes, back to the heroin, back to the white pony, getting messed up more. And then he was briefly admitted to a hospital with asthma, entertained himself with visits to a local chess club. Hi, my name is Aleister Crowley, and I would like to play chess with you. No, I heard of you, bud. Yeah, no, I'm afraid I'll get a disease from touching the pieces after you did. So visit a little chess club. Crowley awarded the title of Hypnus Alpha. So the Germans really like him. The German as head of the OTO after his death. Crowley developed plans to produce tarot card sets designed by him and painted by Harris. So now he wants to do the tarot cards. He wants to make his own tarot card deck. I don't know if he succeeded. I wouldn't buy them. Mine are Angel Guide ones from Kyle Gray. In April 1944, Crowley briefly moved to Buckinghamshire, where he visited a poet, blah, blah, blah. Residence at the boarding house. So he's broke. There's nothing that this guy could do. What? Need the JK-47 tarot card. Yeah, man. If I could draw, they would be stick figures. Who would we compare him with today? I don't know. I don't think anybody has been as evil as him. I would say a name, but it'd probably get us in trouble. So let's just say, I'm not going to say his name. So on 1st of December, 1947, Crowley died at Netherwoods of chronic bronchitis. So what kills this guy? Bronchitis kills this guy. Agitative. I can't even say the word. So he was 72 when he died. His funeral was held in Brighton Sanatorium on the 5th of December. That's crazy. That's when my dad's birthday. No. Yeah. No, my dad's birthday is the 15th. Whose birthday? What happened the 5th of December? Isn't that when Pearl Harbor happened? That's fucking coincidence. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's when Pearl Harbor happened. No, that happened before he died. Yeah, because he died in 47. I don't know. That was about the end of the war, so he died. So his book of laws. The funeral generated press controversy and was labeled a black mass by the tabloids. Crowley's body was cremated. His ashes were sent to Carl Germer in the U.S., who buried them in his garden in Hampton, New Jersey. What? So his ashes are in Hampton, New Jersey, in a garden somewhere. Who's it? Can't understand cryptic. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so that's Aleister Crowley, guys. Interesting guy, pretty messed up guy, to be honest with you. So yeah, so now it's over. Thank goodness. That was a path that was better left unknown, but now we know not to go down that path anymore. Let's see. What do you say, Chris? His ashes became Mothman. Yeah, probably. It wouldn't surprise me, like if his ashes opened some portal where the Mothman and stuff comes out of, and all the crazy stuff happens up in Jersey and New York. Shannon said you were going to say a name. I was going to, but I'm not going to. Yeah, the Jersey Devil. There you go. So that's Crowley's ashes. Yeah, so Hampton, New Jersey. Yeah, if you find his ashes, I'm sure you could sell them on eBay or something somewhere. Ozzy had a song. Yeah, Mr. Crowley. Yeah. We talked about that on the first episode. I love Ozzy. I love his music. I never, I grew up with it. I grew up with AC/DC back in the 80s and stuff when they would say if you play the song backwards, it says messages and stuff. I didn't believe that. I don't think we were significated enough to figure that out, but I don't know. I grew up fine. I'm good. I didn't turn out like Aleister Crowley, but yeah, so that journey's over. So it's time to start the new journey. And this last week I've been watching a lot of the Billy Carson videos, and one is very intriguing. And let's go. What do you say? Let's go investigate the Stoll Cemetery in Kansas. All right. Well, I'm down. Let me know when you want to go. Yeah, so I've been watching Billy Carson's videos. If you don't know who he is, he's a brilliant guy that does a lot of research into the Anunnaki and a lot of the quantum realm stuff. And supposedly there's a gate to hell. Is there? Yeah, there's a lot of gates to hell. I hear there's one in Riverdale. There's all sorts of gates to hell in every state. So I've been watching Bill as well. Yeah, dude. So I want to share this video with you guys. I'm going to play this video. We're going to sit through it, and then I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and then I'll play this next video too. With the video after this first one, he had contact with alien. Yeah. With this video after this next one, I got to pause it because it was on my Facebook and it got copyrighted from a minute 7 to a minute 37. So I'll probably mute it between then so it doesn't get copyrighted again. And but the words are popped up, so we'll just have to read for like 30 seconds. So, but here's the first video. Yeah, I found this really, really intriguing. So check.
What to say to that?
It's massive. We're a walking universal library. We are the way for the universe to figure out and explore the third dimension and understand what it's like to be and live in the third dimension as every individual living thing. And we're all connected through this quantum entanglement. Every single thing that exists is all connected, still connected. Space is an illusion. Distance is an illusion. Separation is all an illusion.
What do you mean it's an illusion?
We appear to be sitting in two separate chairs with a space in between us. Mm-hmm. But we're all atoms on an energetic grid that's connected and has always been connected. So the space in between us appears to be a distance, but if you go on the quantum level, you discover that we're both local. We're still in the same position, which is the original position. This entire universe is made up of a complete holography. We're living in a fractal holographic matrix, a matrix of light. And it doesn't take away from there being a creator, because what I'm telling you about is the method used of this to make this creation. The method is a fractal holographic matrix, a matrix of light. Quantum physicists will tell you that a human being exists both as a wave of light and also solid matter. And they got the first image of a wave converting into solid matter on a special type of camera This is in physics.org. So in wave-particle duality, they discovered that everything in the entire universe exists first as waves of light until a conscious observer interacts with it, and then it collapses. This is hard to wrap your mind around, but imagine this. We're sitting here. Your house, it exists as a wave of potentials, not your house. It's a wave of light. Now, the construction technique of the stacking of those atoms that built your house has a specific resonant frequency, so no matter who looks at it, it always collapses into the same exact shape. But if nobody's looking, it's just a wave of potentials. Until you see it, when you bend the corner, it collapses back into a solid structure. This is now well-known, proven science due to the double slit experiment. If you look that up, you'll find out.
Welcome, brother.
They took a microscopic box, they put a little gun inside that can shoot individual electrons through slits inside the box to hit the back wall. So the two slits here, and they want these particles to hit the back wall to see if it was going to make a digital imprint on the back wall. Well, when they did this, when they looked, it was waves. So they said, wait a minute, how can there be a wave pattern on the back wall? We shot individual single electrons through the slits. There should be dot, 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 dot. I said, we got to look at this and see what's going on. So they put a camera in the box to see what was happening. When they looked, just looking, all of a sudden the electron said, oh, you're looking at me? Okay, I'm going to go back to being solid matter now. Dot, 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 dot. Took the camera away, waves. Put the camera back, dot, 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 dot. Oh, electrons are conscious. They are aware that they're being observed. And electrons orbit every atom in the universe, which means every atom is conscious. That means you think that you're sitting in a chair that's just made by man. We didn't make this chair. We stacked atoms. We stacked conscious atoms in a format that allowed us to sit on them. Everything is conscious. This chair is conscious. This suit is conscious. Everything is conscious because they're all made of atoms. And all we are ourselves are a stack of conscious atoms observing ourselves right now. You see? And so it gets really deep, man. I can go deeper and deeper, but it's pretty powerful stuff.
Keep going. Keep going.
So the benefit of knowing this, imagine teaching your kids that everything that exists is conscious. A rock, a blade of grass, your clothing, even your book bag is aware. It's conscious. Imagine teaching them how to respect conscious things, the level of respect they will have for their personal items, their bike, their clothing, their book bag, their schoolwork, understanding and knowing that everything that they interact with, everything they touch or see has a level of consciousness imbued into it. Now you're training your kid to be, a super conscious person that understands, like, treat everything that exists, no matter whether we think man made it or it's natural, with respect and dignity. That's the depth of understanding that people need to get to. And when we can get to that level of understanding, wow.
So if we're all, I mean, in which we are, I do understand, if we're all stacked atoms, stacked conscious atoms, what holds us together?
Electromagnetic forces. That's what holds us together. You don't touch anything. So I may look like I'm touching this chair right now, right? I'm not actually touching the chair. You actually never touch anything. The repulsion of the electromagnetic frequency orbiting the electrons and atoms in my hand are repelling the ones inside the chair, creating a repulsive force, not allowing my hand to
we'll discuss it
pass
after the
through
video.
the chair. Because honestly, atoms are 99.999% empty space. And so what that means is atoms are mostly empty. There's nothing there. The only thing we have is these electromagnetic fields that give us the illusion of separation and solidity. And so if I can obtain the atomic frequency of the vibration of the atoms in this chair and make my hand match that frequency, I would pass my hand right through the chair like it didn't even exist. So there's probably people, beings, maybe on other planets or maybe even here now, that have learned this technique. We're going to match the frequency of this wall and just walk right through. Imagine the military puts on a special suit that can match the frequency of a solid concrete wall and walk right through the wall. It's going to look like magic, but it's just technology. You see, they understand how to match frequencies. If I took all 8 billion people on Earth and took away the empty space in their atoms, I can fit every human being into one sugar cube. There's nothing here. We're not even here. That's how it's really our higher selves. See, our consciousness doesn't exist. It's not created by the brain, I should say. It exists, but it's not created by the brain. It exists in a higher dimension. It's here in the third dimension now because it's inhabiting this avatar body, but it's coming in on a screen, on a beam of light, on an invisible beam. We're inhabiting. It's inhabiting this avatar body. If you understand that your body doesn't create the consciousness, it downloads it. And what downloads it into your body? You have your neurocorrelates of consciousness, which are 3 giant neurons that wrap around the inside of the skull like a giant crown of thorns. Sound familiar? Everyone walks around with a crown of thorns in their head right now. And then you have your neocortex in the front, which is for spatial and higher reasoning. And then you have your magnetite crystals. And so those 3 things together harness and hold in the frequency that is you, that is saying, you know, this is who I am. And it allows you to inhabit temporally, this avatar body until this avatar body gives out and ceases to operate and exist because of entropy, and releases that spirit energy back into the source, where it will then be recycled once again somewhere else. And so this, the understanding of this is just so powerful, because you got to understand that you are already eternal. We're already eternal beings. When you talk to yourself, you're talking to your higher self from a higher dimension. You're speaking to yourself in another realm. We are all supernatural, eternal beings. A lot of people are trying to fight to become eternal, but we already are eternal. We've already been here for eons and eons. There could be people that you know that look like kids that are ancient. And there also can be people that are older people that are newborn babies, spiritually. Could be their first time arriving here in this energy format.
You're talking about old souls.
Old souls, right. Exactly, old souls. There could be a kid that could be ancient,
all right,
could
we'll
be
discuss
eons
it.
old. And there could be a lady that could be 70, that could be brand new. First cycle here, first time operating in this energy, in this spiritual energy, in this dimension. You know, so it's a lot to grasp. I know I threw a lot at you at once, but it's such a huge story. I think it's really amazing. For me, it makes me feel more incredible. I feel like I'm part of something super massive and big. I don't think it makes me feel small at all. I feel like because everything is connected, that everything is me and everything is you. If I'm talking to you, I'm really talking to myself. There's only one consciousness that exists.
Well, that was actually a question I wanted to ask you. Do you think that we share consciousness?
Absolutely.
Well, then, if we share consciousness, why is there good and evil?
Yeah, guys. So let's talk about this for a minute. So if I close my eyes, like I do for all my sessions, I'm not seeing the light waves. I'm not seeing what's going on, you know, and that's just crazy, you know, that like I can't see Grand Junction. I can't see Kansas, but right now since I can't see it, it's in a wave pattern. So that's just outstanding to me. What do you guys think? I mean, Shannon had a question. She said, what about eating animals? Yeah. So by what I've learned from my research is when you eat meat, eat animals, chickens, fish, whatever it is, that you attain that energy, that energy. But because they're already dead, the consciousness of that being or the animal is gone, but the matter is still there. So that's what we do to keep this body going. So yeah, it's just crazy to see. And in fact, I'm wondering, so I did an investigation in Tennessee, and I used my Polaroid in the room that was haunted, where stuff was moving around and stuff. And I took this Polaroid. I'll show you guys the picture in a second. But with my Polaroid camera, it's covering one eye, and I closed my other eye because I was looking through this, and I took a picture at the mirror, so I can't see behind me, and I don't know what happened, but I caught a figure in the mirror, and I tried to replicate it with like 12 other what's it called, Polaroid film. and those things are like $75 for 8 of them, I think. But yeah, let me show you the picture. But it's interesting to think about. It really is. So here's the picture. Let me add it here. Yeah. So right here is something that wasn't behind me. I mean, there's a white stripe here. Looks like a like 1960s dress or a 40s dress. You can see the shape of a neck, the head. You can see the hair. You can see a hand right here. I'm over here. I'm like, this is my arm. You can see my hand right there. But I tried to replicate this, and there is nothing. There was nothing on that back wall. The only thing back there was like a bed. And I did everything I possibly could to replicate that, and I couldn't. And this was off of a Polaroid. I don't know what this was, because it looks like it's standing right behind me. So is that my consciousness? I don't know if I produced that, because I wasn't seeing this. Is that what was there because of the light waves? It's when you think about what Billy was talking about, the things that you can't see, like right now the camera is pointed behind me, so I can see behind me, but I can't see physically behind me. Like, I don't know what's going on upstairs. I can hear things, but I can't see it. So how do I know, what's going on upstairs? And Shannon says, feels like when I channel, especially view, was the name. Yeah. Then she says, it does. Everything starts there. It comes forward when you ask. Yeah. It was amazing. This was like only my third investigation of doing homes. Eternal, being clairvoyant, I feel energy around me. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like being an empath. That's what I do. I can feel when things are wrong. I can feel other people's energy. I can feel energy around me. And doing my meditations every day, and focusing on frequencies, like, I'm starting to develop this more and more, and it's just amazing, this journey I'm getting on. Like, I'm starting to be able to feel things like that are going to happen really quick, and I tell myself, okay, just watch out for it, and it happens, and it's really kind of eerie. Yeah. I don't know what that is. I mean, when I showed this to the lady that's house I went to, she's like, my mom used to wear dresses like that. And when I was at this investigation, not one cat ball went off. But I got so many responses through my spirit box and stuff, and I was able to help her out, and and we still talk to this day. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's so cool. I can also make balls as energy. Yeah, and the weirdest thing that's starting to happen to me is I'm starting to notice like black orbs. Like I'll see orbs walking around and stuff. Oh yeah, you saw license plate with 369. Yeah, that's the universe talking to you, man. That's what I believe, and it's crazy. You need, it's usually helped. Yeah, no, I believe it's another dimension. That's where our energy goes. Like, when we die, we go to the fourth plane or the fifth plane, whatever you want to call it, until we get back to source, and then come back into this, and whatever source is. I call it source, but most people that aren't into the stuff that we are, they call it God, Allah, or Buddha. It's all the same. It's all the same source. Yeah, your guides. Yes, that's what I do too. I talk to my guides all the time. I always go before I go into investigations, before I do my sessions down here. I always ask my guides to protect me. Even when I go to sleep, I ask them to put my bubble on around me, so that nothing will interfere, because of the work I do. And I put bubbles around my family and my home. And yeah, yeah. And with what else he said about how everything has a conscience, because atoms and electrons, they have a conscience. They know when stuff's watching them. So like this past week, like, I used to, when I'd get mad, hit the desk, but the desk didn't do anything. Why am I hitting the desk? Why am I letting this negative energy take over me? And I've learned to not get angry as much anymore, and I love it, man. Like, I feel so peaceful now, and I love what I do. And I love trying to help people out. And yeah, but that's my best visual evidence. I can't explain. So uh I don't think it's too much. Yeah. What'd you say? Some of the things Bill talked about, I have dreams about before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bill Carson's amazing guy. I'd love to get him on my show. If I could get him on my show, that would be amazing. But I'm just going to focus on this. I'll try to manifest it. Oh, thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. It's an amazing pick. Yeah, thank you. So the next video we're going to watch is about manifesting, how to use this energy that's around us, to manifest stuff into your life. So we'll go to this video here. Just remember, I gotta mute it from 1 minute 7 seconds to 1 minute 37 seconds. So yeah, let's watch this one.
Manifestation, the law of reversibility. If water can turn into steam, then steam can turn into water. Steam and water are the same thing, vibrating on a different frequency. If circumstance can produce a feeling, then feeling can produce circumstance. Mass can turn into energy, and energy can turn into mass. This is science. Think of Einstein's E is mc squared. E is energy, m is mass, and c is speed of light. What you are seeking is also seeking you. Thoughts are waves. Waves carry frequencies and energy. Mass also carries frequency and energy. Mass is bound by space and time. Waves exist everywhere beyond space and time. If you can think of your desire, then it is already existing in another dimension in the quantum field. It just has no mass yet. All waves exist in the quantum field. The quantum levels are different realities, but your mind has the ability to pick up control and thought control are vital. Change the paradigm in your subconscious mind. It is the subconscious mind that controls your vibration. It has almost exclusive control over your thoughts. Most of the thoughts you think today are the same thoughts you thought of yesterday. Place your attention, and therefore your emotions, which is energy in motion, on the thoughts you want to manifest, instead of the things you don't want to manifest. You have the power to consciously reject the thoughts you don't want to turn into mass. The reason why many people can't manifest what they want is because they rely only on their 5 senses. But not only do you have your 5 senses, you also have higher faculties. These are intuition, will, perception, reason, imagination, and memory. But we were never taught how to use those. We were taught to rely only on our 5 senses. That means we are letting the outside influence the inside. But we as humans create our own environment. That means what happens on the inside mirrors itself on the outside. The mirror principle. That's why there are whole bloodlines continuing the cycle of poverty and misfortune. Their 5 senses, which are connected to the conscious, rational mind, pick up on that. Because they are unaware of the fact that their inside mirrors itself into the outside, they accept the things their 5 senses pick up on.
Use your higher faculties to trick your 5 senses. It is the inside that mirrors itself into the outside. Your vibration determines in which reality you live in. Use your perception. Change how you perceive things. Use your imagination. Visualize the things you want instead of the things you don't want. Get yourself into the emotional state of the version of you that already has what you desire. Always be calm and relaxed. If you are not, it means your mind is in a state of lack and fear. Einstein said, "Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality." You are constantly creating your reality. Start to consciously create the life you want today. I'm sure most of you have already heard about the power of liquids. Take some water or perfume, meditate on it, hold it in your hands while meditating and speak your affirmations onto it. For example, wealth, success, abundance. Do this for at least 11 minutes. Now, every time you drink the water or smell the perfume, it will remind you of your affirmations. Now think of the version of you that has everything you desire. Act and feel like this person. Thoughts that constantly repeated in your head will produce corresponding emotions. Thoughts that are felt make their way into your subconscious mind, the creative force that controls your life. From there, the energy of that thought's frequency gets passed onto your sympathetic nervous system. This energy is now a part of your DNA and affects your vibration. Your vibration attracts things to you that are in harmony with it. Not only that, your subconscious mind has almost exclusive control over your habits, which control your actions and therefore your results. 90% of your behavior is habitual. Your subconscious mind also controls your thoughts and feelings. Most of the thoughts you think today are the same thoughts you thought of yesterday. Take control of your thoughts and emotions. Change the paradigm in your subconscious mind and get the life you want. You can't be dual-minded when trying to manifest. You cannot manifest success while preparing for failure. You cannot think of success and feel fear of failure. You are neutralizing your manifestation. You cannot try to manifest wealth and be in a poverty consciousness. Everything you do, think, or feel has to align with your desired outcome. A dual mindset often comes from fear, or from the conscious beliefs not aligning with the subconscious beliefs. Stop looking around in your 3D asking where your manifestation is. You are neutralizing it that way. If you planted a seed for a peach tree and constantly dig it up to see if it is already growing, you're actually hindering it from growing. Plant the seed, which is your desired outcome, and let it grow. Trust that it is growing. See and feel it already realized. Be calm and relaxed, and it will grow. The universe works this way.
And all right, so in that first video, he's saying when you're not looking at things, there's those light waves, and so thinking about that is so when we pray, okay, when you go to church, if you go to church and you're praying, are your eyes open or are your eyes closed? You're closing it. You're creating that manifestation. When you're meditating, are your eyes open or are your eyes closed? We close our eyes. So when we want something, we got to give full attention to it in order for it to create the want and need of whatever it is you're thinking about. You can't let any other distractions interfere with that, or your manifestation is going to be in a void, in in kind of like manifestation jail. You got to trust the process, trust the universe. That's why I always say, this is your universe. You control it. You control what you bring into your life. You control who you let into your life. So, you know, if you give yourself that space, that peace, you're gonna be able to create a lot of this stuff. And it's something that I'm just now learning, and I want to share with you guys. You know, I don't do this. I don't do what I do for followers or to become famous, or, you know, I'm laying a path for my children to learn that, you know, this is what my dad did. Oh crap. Okay. So hopefully, you know, when they get to my age and they start wondering about this stuff, they'll be able to look back. You know, who knows if I'll be here or not. People need to appreciative. Yeah. So if you have those good intentions and those positive intentions, you know, and you know, you help somebody out, you open the door for them, you be kind, you know, you're going to get that back. So just remember that. And we have a picture in our head. Yeah. So you got to picture it. And that's the biggest thing. You know, you got to, like the video said, you got to imagine yourself in that lifestyle in order for it to start manifesting. And you got to give it your full attention, your full heart and mind. You know, those two chakras, if you can get those connected, then your third eye is going to open up, and you're going to be able to start doing a lot more in spirituality. You're going to be able to grow a lot more. Can you pull a card for me, please? Yeah, man. Be more than happy to. So let's see what Mike's guides are saying to him. Like I said, got my angel guide. These are Kyle Gray's cards. So let's pull a card for Mike. Eight and 9. All right, Mike, here's your card, brother. Intuition and downloads. See? Isn't that what we were just talking about? You gotta trust your insides, man. You gotta take that time. You gotta take that personal time. Sorry about the dogs. My son just got home from Washington, D.C. on a field trip. You gotta take that time for yourself. You gotta allow yourself to grow spiritually and mentally. I know a lot's been going on in your life where the move and everything, but you got to realize that you gotta take the me time, you know. And I do that every day. I do that every morning. I spend about a half hour, 40 minutes in the tub, you know, because the water helps my meditation, and not to mention this old body. So eternal, what you manifest with words as well puts out good returns, bad returns. Yeah, no, that's very true. You know, the words that we speak, they're coming out. You're putting this energy out into the universe. So if you're talking bad about somebody's just talking bad about you, then bad stuff happens. But you know, if you're talking good and you talk good, you talk about positive things, then positive things are going to happen. Why do you think Einstein always said, you know, if you ain't got something smart to say, then don't say anything at all? You know, unless you have something positive to say, don't say anything at all. You know, because it's better to keep silent, not allowing that negative energy to come into your life. So Shannon agrees. She says, yep. Very simple answer. So, yep. But yeah. And there's I got one more video here. It's another Billy Carson video. It's pretty short. So let me play this one here, and then we'll
things exist here in the consciousness platform first, before it exists in the third dimension. This remote control for the TV existed in somebody's multidimensional platform as a thought. And we know that the mind connects up to 11 dimensions according to the Brain Institute. So it's in a multidimensional state. It doesn't exist in a physical form until the person that's thinking about this thing says, now I have an idea of what I want this to be. I'm going to collapse it from multi-dimensions into 2 dimensions. How does he do that, or she does that? Puts it into a piece of paper, pen to paper, and draws it out, or puts it into a computer. It's called computer-assisted design. That's a CAD design program. Now it's in 2D. It looks 3D, but it's only 2D. So you took up to 11 dimensions and collapsed it into 2 dimensions. Now that it's in 2 dimensions, you can tweak the final things about it. You hand that data, that blueprint, over to an engineer. The engineer takes a blueprint, he takes it into a shop, and then he stacks atoms in a format that create the item, the thing, in the third dimension that you can move around on the XYZ axis. I can move this on an XYZ axis now because it's a physical form. Somebody, an engineer, took the blueprint and stacked atoms in a particular way, like Legos, that created this into third dimensional reality.
What you're doing, and you gotta manifest it. It's amazing, and I've just recently started thinking about this quantum level and energy and stuff, and to be honest with you guys, I think that's why I get such good responses on my spirit box when I do my sessions on Tuesdays, working on the cold cases and stuff, is because I close my eyes and I really focus. And you'll see me afterwards, like I'm always rubbing right there, like that's where the neurocortex is. That's where all that information is coming and going. The fact that I get the responses that I do, it comes from something that's not here. And people say, oh, well, it must have been on the radio at that time. Okay, so when I ask for a name's just going to show up right after the beep beep every time. They know the names I want to hear. They know the answers I need. So yeah, if you guys haven't checked out my stuff, I suggest check it out. Most of you probably have. Right now I'm working on a missing person case in Lincoln, Nebraska. Just did the first session. His name's Tyler Goodrich. First sessions are usually kind of the weakest because I'm just trying to adapt to the energy. So this next week should be pretty good. I'm going to try to communicate with him again to see if we can figure out what happened. And all it's going to take is solving that one case. That one case. Once I can solve that one case, and people know what I can do, then the more that people believe in what I do, is it helps me out. It just gives more of that positive energy towards it. So I invite you all to share with your friends what I do. Share some of my videos. You can go on my TikTok, see the best of clips. They're also on my YouTube and everything. So, but yeah, let's pull a card for all of us to get through this weekend. Let's see what Spirit's saying about this weekend. 7, 8, and 9. All right, so Spirit's telling us holy love. Holy love. That's all it takes, man. Just love yourself before you can love others. You need to spread the love, be the light, and the rest will happen, man. So just believe in yourselves. That's all I can tell you guys, is just, you gotta love yourselves. I know there's challenges in life, but you gotta realize that this is just temporary. There's so much more out there. So, we just gotta love and grow with each other, and learn from each other. We need to work as a collaborative more. People are always competing, and that's the problem. So, but I love you guys. Thanks for everything. And what Chris say? If you do the numerology on 369, you get 9. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because 9 plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I always shuffle 9 times. So I don't know. It's just what Spirit told me to do. So open your minds, open your hearts, let your spirit guides guide you, and you're going to enjoy the life. So love you, buddy. Love you too, man. I'll see you Sunday. And yeah, guys, can't thank you enough, and see you next week. All right, guys.